Hello YouTube and welcome back to the Apache Halloween YouTube channel, and in today's video I'll be showing you the 2013 Wacky Mole Clown. So I found this guy off of Facebook Marketplace. He was in fair condition. I had to do some work to him, not a lot. His motor, a wire came off in his circuit board, so his motor wouldn't work. So I had to find where the solder joint was because it didn't really show me where. But I was able to find it, and now he worked pretty flawlessly. So I've always wanted to find one of these guys. I got the newer 2021 model. It's cool and all, but the thing that really makes me like this one is the black light. That's the coolest part. But here he is. You can tell he doesn't have the original box, which is okay because I got him for a pretty good price. So let's see what's in this box. So the first thing that you can see is his base. It's a typical generic SVI base. Here are his nice cloth shoes. I've already took the time to fill them up a little bit, make them look more filled and not just flat. You got two of them, of course. And everything's in really nice shape for considering how old he is. Here are his pants. Again, very nice. UV reactant material. You get 4 poles for his legs. Here's his main mechanism right here. Very simple. Just turns from side to side. Has a bearing on that down there, make him spin easily. And then his motor is programmed to stop and go, to give him somewhat of a jerking motion. So there's his module. Hip loop right here. Reminds me of the new model a lot. It looks just almost similar. This one has a little broken joint right here, but that's okay. Power adapter. Here is his clothing, his shirt. One of the things that is very common with this guy is his button. It's just held on by strings and it came off. So I'm going to have to do something with that. Maybe just hot glue it. Here is his shoulder bracket. Springy arms. You can see springs in them so his arms shake a little bit as he stops and goes. Something that the new one doesn't have. And I really wish they did that because that would have looked so much cooler, I think. Here's his other arm. This is his hammer arm. His little, I don't know what you call it, but it goes around his neck like that. Coolest part right here, it's hammer. This thing is UV reactant as well, which the new one isn't, which is really unfortunate for the new one. But there it is, as you can see. Nice detail on it, all the blood. And it's just held on by the hand, it doesn't come apart. Here's his other hand. Here's the coolest part on the whole guy. It's his head. You can see it. It's all plastic, no latex. Hair in the back. It just has poles, 2 little slots that slides onto the mechanism. But yeah, pretty cool. Alright, now let's start with the setup process. First thing is I'm going to take his base, place it right down there. He's got 4 of his poles labeled B and C. I'm going to put the B poles on first. Like this. And one of the things I noticed with the guy is something's wrong with the dimensions of the poles, where on some of it, the little snap lock doesn't like this really snap lock. So it's just precautionary. I don't know if that's just with all of them or just with mine, but I'm just going to be sure to pick them up lower so his top half doesn't fall out. that would not be good. Now I'm gonna put his shoes on him. Just a little hole at the bottom of the shoe, and then they just slide on like that. And I already put the paper in it, like I said earlier. Next, I think I'm gonna take his pants. Now, I like to make sure that the polka dots and the stripes are on different sides of each other. So that means his pants are gonna go like this. And it's like there's elastic on the waist and the bottom of the pants, which is nice. I know that my Uncle Charlie did not have that. They're just kind of laying there flimsy, the 2010 model. There are his pants. So the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take his main module, get it to snap lock in, like so. And this is where the snap locks have somewhat of a problem, which is really strange. They don't really snap in, but I'll pick them up like this. So hopefully that's not a problem. Now I'm going to take his hip loop, slide it onto the poles, and you can only put it on one way because the little insert poles are different sizes. And then I'm going to just bring up to his pants and put it around the loop. So there are his pants on, and then I'll just adjust down here later. Next, I think I'm going to put his shoulder bracket on. I think that's the next best thing to do. Again, two different size poles. So the next thing that I'm going to do is put on his shirt, slide it over his shoulder bracket, slide it down like that, and adjust it accordingly. As you can see, his button needs to be put up there, which I'll eventually do. So I just did that. Next thing I'm going to do is slide in his arms. And then I'm going to put his hammer onto his arm. As you can tell, his arm is all springy, bounces around a lot. And then you take his elastic on his sleeve and put it over the little hump that's on his hand to hide that. Now I'm going to take the other arm and fish it through his other sleeve. And then take his other hand and just slide it onto his arm. And then once again, put in the elastic over the hump on his hand. Like that. The last thing that I need to do is take his, they're called ruffles, and Velcro them to his head. Now he has a Velcro strip at the bottom, a Velcro strip at the side, and then he's supposed to have a Velcro strip on the other side, which I do not have at the moment, but I will eventually get there. And then I'm just going to Velcro in the back and connect it all together. So there he is, the 2013 Wacky Mole Clown. Pretty awesome. I love this guy so much. But now, the moment we've all been waiting for, see him in the dark light and watch him work. So we'll go right into the demo.
I think I'm going crazy again. Stop right up
there he is, the 2013 Wacky Mole Clown. I think this guy can't even compare to the 2021 model. Even though both things have their pros and cons, I think this one totally outweighs the new one just by the black light alone. I think that is such a cool feature, and I really wish they added that with the newer model, but unfortunately they did not. This guy totally steps up the game compared to the 2021 model. Just tell the hammer itself is blacklight reactive. The new one, you can't even see the hammer in the dark. The only downside is, I guess, his audio. The new one has better audio quality. But I also like his hands that are able to move side to side a little bit because of the springs, and the fact that the motor doesn't just go on constant mode. It actually stops, starts, stops again, and gives him like a weird jittery effect. But I really like it, and I also just love the old cloth shoes. I think those are so cool. I'm going to try and make it look like more like boots in the future by adding like pool noodles for the pants to wrap around in the legs. But that is basically all I have to say about this guy. He is really cool, really love him. Can't wait to include him next to my thrashing clown and bloody bag of jokes over there. But yes, there he is. Thank you all so much for watching. It is greatly appreciated. If you've made it to the end of the video, please like and subscribe. And remember, it is only 40 days until Halloween.